Good evening, friends. It's Shannon. I don't really have things to stitch right now, and other than the violets, which you've seen ad nauseum. So I wondered if you wanted to see a couple of areas of my house that I like the decorations of. So I thought I would just take you on a little bit of walkabout and just share with you a couple of little vignettes and areas that I've decorated. A little bit off of content, but hopefully you find it interesting. Thanks for sticking around. Stand by. So this is in my craft room. This is behind the area where I film generally. And a couple of years ago, I broke my wrist, and so I couldn't knit, and it was before I was into needlepoint. So for a hot second, I got into watercolor, and so these are some paintings that I made during that period of time. I just followed tutorials on YouTube and just hung them up. And so what I did was I just strung some string up here and then used clip-on earrings as clothespins essentially to hang up my little paintings. So they're not very good, but I did have a fun time making them. Oh, this one's really bad. This is where I didn't follow a tutorial. I was just on a business trip and just tried to paint what was outside my window. That being said, I think this one, yeah, it's this one. It's kind of falling down. This is one of my favorites that I did at the time. I just, again, followed a tutorial on YouTube and just did some of those. So this one was inspired by a photograph. So I didn't follow a tutorial on this one. I just looked at a photo and tried to replicate it. That one, I can't remember. That might have been a tutorial. And that one definitely was. But anyway, the little, clearly they're not holding very well, but I do enjoy having these little pictures up here with the little clip-on earrings. So that's just in my craft room. And then I have these clipboards that I hung up with little, for a while I was doing these book boxes where they would send you a book and then a bunch of gifts that you would open up along the way. And so I just hung those little signs up on clipboards so I could switch them out easily. So that's in my craft room. So this is in our bedroom, and these are just various, I call this my Sunday school corner, and these are just different vintage fans that I've picked up. A lot of times these came from funeral homes, and then, Sunday school flyers, and again, I just hung them on clipboards because I just think that that's kind of cute. So I have this little area on one side of a column, kind of a column. Our bedroom is in the attic, so there's not very much wall space, but I have these, and then I'll show you another area. And then I have a couple more up here, just fans and a little Jesus print. So that's in our bedroom. And then this is down in our hall. Our house was built in 1924, so I think that this little nook used to be set up for a telephone, but I just use it to do a little bit of seasonal decorating. And so I have this little print that I picked up at a thrift store just for spring/summer. And then this is my collection of Beatrix Potter things. So I've picked up these little statues or little figurines, I guess. They're a specific brand, but I've picked them up at estate sales when I can find them for a decent price. And then I've got a big collection of the Beatrix Potter books, but this is a journal and then all about her gardening life. So this is my little homage to Beatrix Potter. So thanks for coming along and hope you enjoyed this. Thanks. Have a good night.